Vaselina was born without arms, and most people believed she would have a difficult life. Just 7 years later, she did something surprising that will truly shock you. Life can be tough, especially when you don't have arms. That's what happened to Vaselina, who was born without arms. That made things harder for her, but that's not all. Sadly, Vaselina's parents couldn't handle the challenges of raising their special needs child, so they made the heartbreaking decision to abandon their baby at an orphanage, hoping someone else would take care of her. It was a tough decision, but little did they know that something amazing would happen in Vaselina's life. The orphanage posted little Vaselina's picture on Facebook alongside a caption detailing her sad story. The post went viral and caught the attention of Almira and Chris Knudsen, a Moscow-based missionary couple. Almira and Chris came from very different backgrounds, each with their own stories. Almira grew up in a Muslim family in Bishkek, Russia, but her life took an unexpected turn during her university days when she met a British couple who introduced her to Christianity. Although she was hesitant at first, Almira felt a deep connection to the message of love and compassion that Christianity offered. This path eventually led her to further her education in the United States, where she learned more about Christ and became passionate about helping others in need. Chris, on the other hand, was an American man who grew up in a Christian family. He met Almira while she was studying in the United States, and they both wanted to make a difference in the world. The couple decided to become missionaries and volunteered at a cancer clinic that comforted mothers. They believed in spreading love and joy, which helped them build a strong, loving relationship with each other. Even though Almira and Chris Knudsen came from different backgrounds, they both shared a deep love for children and a strong desire to help others. So when they saw Vaselina's photo and read her sad story, they immediately knew in their hearts that they wanted to be her parents. Still, Almira and Chris had a tough decision to make about adopting Vaselina. They wondered if they had the energy and patience to care for another child, especially one with unique challenges. They also wondered whether someone else could give Vaselina the love and care she needed. So they began to pray and hope that another, better family would adopt her. But something inside them kept pushing them toward Vaselina, something that resonated with them and even more strongly with one of their sons, Dennis. It turns out Dennis was also born without hands and without legs, and he really wanted Vaselina to be his sister. Surprisingly, their two other sons, Radik and Aiden, started wanting a sister too, even though Radik was a bit more worried about her not having arms. As time passed, Almira and Chris still couldn't stop thinking about Vaselina. They thought about the love and happiness they could give her and the great opportunities they could offer her. They realized that they had plenty of love to share and were ready to do whatever it took to make sure Vaselina was happy and well cared for. With hopeful hearts and strong determination, the couple made the big decision to bring Vaselina into their loving home, despite knowing that it wouldn't be easy. They were committed to giving Vaselina a loving home. Almira and Chris believed that with their love and determination, they could overcome any challenges that came their way. Little did they know the obstacles that were waiting for them would be plenty. As soon as Almira and Chris began the legal adoption process for Vaselina, they began to face many unexpected challenges. One of the major issues was the fact that Chris was an American citizen, despite Almira, his wife, being an ethnic Russian citizen, and the couple residing with their family in Moscow, Russia. Their previous experience with adoption, the court's decision remained uncertain. The couple worried until the very last minute about whether they would be allowed to adopt little Vaselina. It was a difficult and uncertain way for Almira and Chris. The couple had to go through a lot of paperwork and meetings, even though they didn't know if the court would say yes. Finally, after a long and stressful wait, the Russian court ruled in favor of Almira and Chris. The couple was overjoyed and relieved that they could now become Vaselina's parents. They couldn't wait to welcome her into their home and make her a part of their family. Almira prepared a special room just for her new baby daughter, filled with toys and books, eagerly counting down the days until they could finally hold Vaselina in their arms. Vaselina's arrival in the Knudsen household brought both immense joy and new challenges. When Vaselina first came home, she smiled a lot, but almost overnight, she started throwing tantrums, a lot of tantrums. They realized, though, that this was actually a good thing. It meant that she was getting used to her new home and feeling less stressed from her time in the orphanage before she was adopted. She wasn't even used to being picked up. Her new mom understood that Vaselina's tantrums were important. They showed that she was adjusting to her new life and wanted to be more independent. Vaselina was learning to trust her new family and explore the world around her in her own way. As time went on, Vaselina's tantrums became less frequent, and she felt happier and more secure in her new home. Her new brothers, Aiden, Radik, and Dennis, instantly fell head over heels and adored their new sister. They couldn't get enough of her, showering her with kisses, pats on the head, and constant care. Elmira noticed how Aiden would always check up on Vaselina while she ate, showing his deep affection for her. Even when Aiden was away at camp, Vaselina would call out for him, longing for his presence. Dennis was overjoyed as he felt he shared a special and deep connection with his sister, who could understand his struggles and how he had always felt different from everyone else. Together, they could look at each other and feel like they truly belonged, that they were not alone anymore. Baby Vaselina could finally see someone who looked like her. The competition for Vaselina's attention between the boys was fierce. When the elder two were not away at camp, they would fight over who got to be with her, wanting to be by her side and make her laugh. Elmira observed this loving rivalry with a smile, grateful that Vaselina had become the heart of their family, bringing so much love and joy to each of their lives. With her family's loving support, Vaselina faced challenges head-on and showed incredible determination. Walking was tough for Vaselina at first. She leaned on her head to stand up, but after a single step, she would keep falling over due to the lack of balance. However, she kept trying, and eventually, she learned how to stand up and take a few steps on her own. As the years went by, Vaselina grew older and became even more amazing. She learned to do everyday things with her feet and discovered that she had a talent for art. With special tools, she started drawing using her toes and creating beautiful pictures that showed her unique perspective. But that's not all. Vaselina's curiosity pushed her to explore technology. She learned to play computer games using devices designed to help her and became really good at it, impressing everyone. With each passing day, Vaselina showed everyone that nothing could hold her back. She continued to surprise and inspire her brothers and parents with her incredible talents and unstoppable spirit. However, when Vaselina was 7, she did something that left everyone in shock. Elmira captured what she did on camera and uploaded the video on her Facebook page. People couldn't believe their eyes, and soon the video went viral. In the video, Vaselina used her toes to eat. She grabbed her fork with her right toes before slowly moving it towards her mouth for a bite. Whoops, nearly, although the food fell off, Vaselina refused to give up and used her left foot to adjust the food on the fork before trying it again. And guess what? She succeeded. Everyone on the internet loved watching Vaselina's amazing video. They were amazed by her determination and how she could do things differently. People from all over the world were inspired by her and shared the video with their friends. Vaselina became famous in no time. Elmira decided to share another new video with the world. In this video, she demonstrated Vaselina's remarkable progress and showcased her exceptional ability to eat, draw, and play using her feet.